What up, guys? And I'm back this afternoon right now, and I'm staying in for today. Right now, and I'm coming back Saturday. Right now. The war from A to Z.
It's been a few years since the United States saw a total solar eclipse like it'll see next week. But it's been more than 220 years since America saw an emergence of cicadas like it will this spring. Think of the generations that missed this moment. Entomologists say there are two broods of these noisy insects all set to crawl up out of the ground. What that adds up to is trillions with a T of cicadas on the way. And the month this is most likely to happen in is May, when the ground gets warm enough. Is this normal? 100%. Residents of the Midwest and Southeast are used to hearing cicadas in the spring and summer. What makes this year different is the coincidental timing of their mass appearance. The 13-year cicadas and the 17-year cicadas, which emerge in those intervals, are all synced up for 2024. Are they a threat to people? No. Are they a threat to pets? Generally no, but they can make your dog sick if it eats them. What will the cicadas do? Climb a tree, get something to eat, make noise for a few weeks, mate, and die. How rare is this again? Remember when Jefferson was president? Of course you don't. But he was in office in 1803 when these things last showed up in numbers like they will soon.
Yeah, I'm filming.
This is the world from A to Z, your nonpartisan source for U.S. and international events, and I'm Carl Azus. It means the world to have you watching. The island of Taiwan, which is about 90 miles southeast of mainland China, has been in the news a lot lately over tensions involving China. Now it's the focus of a very different story. A magnitude 7.4 earthquake violently shook the island on Wednesday, killing at least 9 people, injuring hundreds of others, and triggering tsunami warnings in the Philippines and southwestern Japan. Those warnings were lifted later Wednesday with no significant damage reported, but the damage on Taiwan was all over the island. It was the strongest earthquake to strike here in 25 years. Authorities said they'd expected one could happen, but they didn't put out any warnings because they thought it would be smaller. In addition to the damaged buildings, Taiwanese officials say there have been 24 landslides observed so far, and 35 roads, bridges, and tunnels are damaged, which meant a major highway had to shut down. Taiwan's National Fire Agency said yesterday that dozens of people were still trapped, and as Taiwan's own rescue workers raced to locate and free them from the rubble, offers of money and assistance poured in from more than 10 countries around the world.
Word of knowledge. Which of these words came from a Spanish term that originally meant thunderstorm? Cyclone,
Yeah.
squall, crescendo, tornado. According to dictionary.com, the Spanish term tronada was probably combined with a Latin word meaning to turn, to form
Yeah,
the
I'm
word
playing some
tornado.
Fortnite, guys, and I'm filming right now.
In the house.
Tornadoes. Flooding and
This is truly a Wisconsin experience.
people in some parts of Kentucky are homeless after tornadoes.
One of our next big challenges is to try to mobilize and shelter in place the people who have lost their homes.
Some in southern Illinois are also reeling.
There's still mud behind my ears. There's cotton in my car from somewhere.
Now, officials are urging drivers anywhere in the storm's wake to beware of downed trees.
Turn around, go another way, but do not try to pass because you might not be able to see a power line.
Up north, it's a snowy day in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, with a blizzard warning in northern Michigan. Elsewhere in the Midwest,
I love
officials
this
say
Midwest.
people at one Wisconsin polling place had to vote outdoors. They say the usual location wasn't available.
We are working very diligently to find a better polling location for August, and especially for the November election.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The weather may also present an unwanted obstacle to some Americans hoping to get a clear view of next week's total solar eclipse. April 8th is still days away, and forecasting is harder the more days in advance you have to do it. However, some of the places in the path of totality, the ones with a direct view of the moon passing between the Earth and the Sun, might have that view cloudy. Some degree of cloud cover, meteorologists don't know yet how much, is expected to appear from parts of Texas all the way up to northwest Pennsylvania. If they're high, wispy cirrus clouds, it might not make that much of a difference. You could still be able to see the eclipse through protective glasses. If the clouds are thick and low, though, blocking your view of the sun, well, you'll see the skies get darker for the eclipse, but maybe not much else. Again, it's too early to know for sure if and where cloudy skies will have an impact, but given the millions looking forward to what will be the last event like this over the contiguous U.S. until 2044, you can see why they're staring at the forecast. On this date in world history, April 4th, 1968 was when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. The 39-year-old civil rights leader was standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee when he was shot. James Earl Ray received a 99-year prison sentence for the murder and died in jail in 1998. MLK's death sparked dozens of uprisings and riots across America, resulting in more than 40 deaths. In 1973, the World Trade Center opened in New York City. The Manhattan complex contained millions of square feet of office space, and its 110-story twin towers were at the time the tallest buildings in the world. 28 years later, the towers were destroyed in the September 11th terrorist attacks. And in 1975, Bill Gates and Paul Allen formed the computer company known as Microsoft. It originally produced software for the Altair 8800 computer. Years later, the Windows operating system was born. Microsoft is now the world's largest software company. In the years I've spent reporting news, I've repeatedly talked about India as the world's largest democracy, but second most populated country. That changed last year when it surpassed China as the nation with the most people. India now has more than 1.4 billion.
Inside a cluster of white buildings, young women are training to become champions in a male-dominated sport. And in their country, it is frowned upon for women to participate. This is India, and this is the Altius Wrestling School, not far from the capital of Delhi. Here, a husband and wife team offer a place where women can build confidence and support each other in their goals. Usha, now a police officer, was India's first women's wrestling coach. She helps manage the academy while ensuring it's a safe place.
I aspire to become an international player. My dream is to win medals and get international recognition.
To achieve that, Swati and other students train relentlessly. Morning workouts consist of sprinting, squatting, push-ups. Some even traded their long locks for a short page boy haircut to prevent hair pulling from opponents. While the state government funds their training, families have to pay board and tuition for academic classes. To the families, it's worth the price. Winning a state-level competition can land them better opportunities in future careers, opportunities most women don't get. In India's culture, many girls are married off and end up spending their time in rural tasks.
It feels nice to see that the same girls who used to graze cows and buffalo were now being favored by the men in the family.
The academy and coaches try to go beyond teaching students how to wrestle.
The coaches have taught us and showed us what life actually is. We were naive. Had it not been for them, we would not be here in the sports domain. Because of them, we have been able to put a badge of honor to our names, and even our families' names. We have earned money, too.
Bear State, the Hot Spring State, the Land of Opportunity, the Razorback State, the Natural State. They're all nicknames for the same place, the state of Arkansas. And that's where Mrs. Cherry's class is watching from Gary E. Cobb Middle School. It's in Texarkana. And moving northeast, we come to Rhode Island, home of Deering Middle School. Mr. Lancelot's class is watching. Hello to everyone in West Warwick. Scenes you'll sometimes see in South Florida. We interrupt this golf game to bring you an animal that does whatever it wants. The alligator is at least 10 feet long. We're not sure how close the recorder of this video really was, but it was probably too close. After watching this reptile take its sweet time on the links, the videographer told USA Today, quote, "In Southwest Florida especially, we are living amongst dinosaurs. There's something really fun about it. I think it's tailor-made for an alligator tournament. Now, some might stay Callaway away, but think of the sponsors, y'all. Gatorade, Scales, Fang, Tooth Edge, Croc Gear, Tail, Top Bite, Gator Hagen, Oughta See You Later, Miss You Nope, and of course, everyone's favorite, Reptitleist. I'm Carl Azus for the world from A to Z, and I'll see you later."
Yeah, guys. And I'm gonna be ending this right now, and we'll see you guys this evening tonight. Yeah, and I'm out. Peace, and we're over and out, and I'm out. Peace.